turn 35. So I did one tough fight this turn, but in the end with the right army it went pretty well, better than I expected. So first I finished the Ancient Ruins, and I took way too much damage on the Watcher, because I wasn't very lucky with the Entangling Touch and Putrefaction stuff. But yeah, I guess I could have played that better. I sold I had an item for +1 defense and 40% frost protection, which could be interesting versus an undead. But in the end, I sold it for 200 gold. So I also didn't take 31 research points, because I think now gold is much more valuable than most stuff. Then I cleared the Oyster Reef. I brought the Blight Doctor with me to be on the safe side, and also because it does blight damage, and the mermaids have 40% blight protection, blight weakness. Sorry. And then I did this battle. So it's a very difficult fight because they have Undying, and you've got Invoked Death. I have 2 units with Strong Will. That's my Theocrat and the Sorcerer, because that's a hero ability that you can choose. Very useful. 100% spirit protection. And then I forgot about it, but actually I have Iron Heart, which gives also Strong Will. And the enemy units, they don't have any kind of dispel, so they cannot remove it. So I used it on the Knight. And then I moved the Knight to bait the 2 Dread Reapers, and they cannot invoke death on him because he has 100% spirit protection. Otherwise, I kept all my ranged units doing only damage to which the undeads are weak. So fire damage and spirit damage on my Theocrat. And I kept them all together to be able to just destroy the undeads every turn, the ones that are coming. So first I positioned myself on the side where there are 2 Banshees, the other side only 1 Banshee, and far from the Dread Reapers. So I got the 2 Banshees phasing on me and attacking me. But I can dispel the Holy Weakness and Despair that they give to my units, thanks to the dispel from the Apprentice. And then so I just use Thunderstorm of my leader to engage them without having to move forward, and so also didn't need to cast any spell. I had no casting points left because I summoned a Griffin, fantastic creature. I got the Griffin, which was not really the best, but to go with my AD, try to build a small army. So here I cast Thunderstorm, and I stay there with the Knight. They're going to move toward him, the 2 Dread Reapers, because they're closer to him than to my other units. The 2 Banshee phase as planned. The first time I resist, second time I've got 2 units getting Despair, but that's not a big deal. Then I just kill the 2 Banshees, and they are going to pop up in 2 turns due to Undying. I couldn't, and I didn't need to disjunct it because I didn't have casting points, and I didn't need because you'd see it's not really necessary. You can just sit on the corpses and prevent them from coming back. So here I didn't position myself perfectly because the Banshee was able to reach me, but fortunately I've got relatively high resistance of 14, and I don't take any spirit damage, so I'm not taking a lot of damage, and I can just move away. So I killed the 2 Banshee with a lot of damage, and I still have many units. I killed with 2 units, and I still have the other units able to move. So I move the Knight there. I move the leader closer so that one of the Banshee comes toward me, and the one of the Dread Reaper too, and the other Dread Reaper goes for the Knight. So I have 2 more units to deal with. Yeah, and I just kill it with my leader, who has first strike thanks to a weapon item. And now I've got 1 Dread Reaper on me, so I move back and I retreat with the Knight to avoid being attacked in melee by the second Dread Reaper, which would be pretty bad due to life drain. It's very, and 60% physical protection. So here I just put my 2 units with Strong Will on the 2 Banshees, on the corpses of the 2 Banshees that were about to come back due to Undying, and I prevent them from coming back. And then only my leader can be reached by the Dread Reaper, so I do take some damage, but as you can see that's pretty low, only 5. And then I can kill the Dread Reaper, and I'm going to take some damage due to Void Implosion, but that's still the best solution, because I cannot really escape without taking damage, and I cannot move forward with the other units to try to flank him and let my leader go away. Oh, that would be complicated. And I cannot move forward because the other Dread Reaper is, so I take 7 from Void Implosion. The other Dread Reaper is close, and he can move up to here, so I need to stay on this line to avoid the risk of Invoke Death on me. One of the Banshee comes back due to Undying. The other one moved toward me. That's not a big deal. I take only 2 damages. Then I kill the Dread Reaper. This time I can move closer because there is no more Invoke Death. Here I did a small mistake. So I killed the Banshee with my leader to disengage my Theocrats so that I can use the Spirit Ray on the Dread Reaper to finish it. I paid attention to get the killing blow on my hero to get to level 13. But I made a small mistake that I moved, I'm not sure why actually, but I moved so I was not on the Banshee anymore, so I took some damage from a Undying Banshee. And then I just finished the fight. So I got I had the choice between 500 gold, which would have been very useful. Here I just farmed some experience doing Steel Enchantment. So yeah, 500 gold, which would have been very useful, but I had the choice to take Mass Curse, which is nice, but not very good against a Necromancer actually. Oh, why am I saying Necromancer? I'm getting a bit confused. Actually, Gab is playing Theocrat, but he does have a Necromancer, and I was a bit confused because he attacked me with a elite Banshee that he got from his Necromancer. Oh, now he has Wealthy Empire. And yeah, so that was the Mass Curse, so that's useful against a Theocrat. And a weapon item giving +1. Okay, so the Banshee is with the Necromancer because he has protection from light, so it's not very far. They attacked me here, so the Necromancer must not be far away. Didn't clear the gold mine, I'm not sure why. Yeah, so a weapon and this Resurgence Regeneration 100% fire protection item, and that was the sword. So I hesitated a long time, but in the end, because I already have a sword by the way, and for my Theocrat 2, which has fearsome, so that's why I keep it. But in the end I took the items and the skill instead of the gold, even though I need the gold, because this allows me to attack with 1 stack full with Divine Justicar from my Theocrat, and my leader at the same time. For instance, when I do auto battles versus the vassal of Gab or versus him, the Gab himself, and also the regeneration obviously is good. That yeah, if you need to resurge, then the turn after you're at 100 HP again. So I think it's worth it. Also, if I die in the battle, the game is not over immediately. I think I still have. If I win the battle, I still can win. Otherwise, if Gab kills my leader, then game stops immediately, even if I could win the fight. So I moved on the surface with these guys. There's this that I can clear next turn and get some movement and move north. There's the inn I can clear. I've got the Ice Queen here arriving soon, so I would be able to regroup. Then I've got these guys here. We took the shrine. I regrouped with the serpent, and so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do actually. Maybe I could take the shrine with the serpent to get additional vision range. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I also have this small group here, so I decided to go explore this area, see what I can find. Maybe I can find a fortress from Gab, because he built a road to there. Then I didn't see him coming back. I've got the boar going for the cave entrance to check what's on the surface. And I'm not sure where Gab leader is, but is not there yet, or he didn't clear at least. Also, he didn't clear this, so that's a bit surprising. But he did clear the crystal tree here, so it looks like he has two armies. One here, one there, with his Necromancer. So actually I could try to attack him, as it seems he's not very cautious. I researched Node Serpent, so I'm casting a Node Serpent. I will have one in 2 turns. I will have to start doing anti-scooting again soon, because now Gabs has 6 to 7 Cherubs, and he's probably going to get close to my leader very, very soon. Oh, I wasted 20 casting points. That's a shame. Actually, he has 7 Cherubs now, so I really need to kill them. I guess he's watching my leader stack now. I really need to deal with that. So now I'm putting Summon Eldritch Horror as a research, because I don't think any of these spells are going to make any difference. But if I get Planetary Alignment, I can get the Eldritch directly, and I can also get the Empire Quest Sage, I think, which happen if you unlock a tier 6 skill. So that would be useful. That's unlikely, but we never know. And so if I clear a site like this one, which gives some research points, I think, then I'm going to put something else to research, to use the research points for this. Thanks for watching. See you next time.